If you want more Sheffield Wednesday content, me and Dirty Box have a podcast called Talking Wednesday. It goes live on his channel at 12 p.m. I will leave a link in the description to it, but is available on all podcasting apps of choice. If you are an Apple Podcast user, if you could leave us a review, we much appreciate it. We have a comment from you, the community. We touch on all the week topics, and we just have a good time talking more Wednesday. Hi guys, and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, I much appreciate it. Liking it helps the algorithm, sharing it gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing shows me how much you like the channel. And if you want to donate, there are links in the description below. Before I start the video, this is more to do with what's on the field and not what's off the field. There is a lot that needs to get done off the field as well if we go down to League One. So, we could be on the verge of going down to League One. We still got a little game to go and play for, and we could still possibly get out of it mathematically, but it's going to be very hard when you look at the games we got left to play. We can still do it, but it's going to be a very hard task. If he manages to do it, it'd be such a big success for him, and we'll be able to build for the championship. Now, we know we're only going to have 12 players technically on the books if people don't re-sign contract. It will be one of the biggest rebuilds we've had in a very long time. And let's be honest, we needed to rebuild this team since about 3 seasons ago. There's still some Karloff players in here, and that's not something you want. You want to have it that we can start rebuilding and stuff. One of the good things we've got is that the club should be able to attract players in League One on our size alone and going on that. And Moore does have a good network of people to talk to. Some of the people he brought in at Donny, he got good connections and he's good at working with them. And it's good that we'll be able to have that. But the big thing is he does like to use youth, which is good for us because we have got some very talented youth players coming through. Sadly, one of the ones that we have got maybe looking at going elsewhere like Liam Shaw has done. Yorgidi is a tough one for us, and if it does happen, it's going to be a shame. If you look at where we struggled this year, the point deduction's not helped, but if you're looking for it on the pitch, there's a lot of areas where we need help. Defence looks a little bit lost. There's no leader at the back. A second experienced keeper wouldn't go amiss. We'll possibly need another left back if Yorgidi does go to another club and doesn't sign a deal. And it looks more likely he possibly will, but we'll have to see on that. We need a much more beefier midfield. Having Massimo Luongo out for such a long time was a massive blow for us and have been a massive blow. At one point we were talking he'd been one of the best players we'd had at the start of the season. And that's something we were all screaming and saying, this is great, he does the job. And then it didn't work out. Yes, there are people who don't like Pelopessi. I, for one, am not one of them. I think he does do okay. He plays some good games. And he's starting to get to that level. He's another player out of contract in the summer as well. So that's a place we'll be looking at. Harris could be looking at a move to maybe Middlesbrough or Watford. It's one of those things, if we do have to have those kind of players go, we'll need the money for League One because we will lose about 8 million going down to League One. So we will look to try and make as much money as we can on certain players to rebuild. Now, you look at our striking department, it's not great when you look at where we've been and what our scoring is. Windass, would he go down to League One? I'm not 100% sure he would. I don't think he liked the idea when he was at Wigan. He may have to. If he stayed, that'd be fantastic. But we would have to see what happened. Patterson is one of the ones who you would have to think might stay for it. He does seem like one of the people who are quite loyal and might want to do it, but you never know. The big one will be we probably are going to let Jordan Rowe go in the summer. Probably not going to offer him a new deal. It's not worked out, and he'll go to someone like Cardiff or Huddersfield or something like that. He may even go to somewhere like Ipswich, drop down a league and go for it. We need to look at players that want to fight for the share, go for it, because we're going to need a lot of fighters if we go down to League One. League One is a tough league and you need determination and a lot of players that are going to be willing to fight for it. And players who maybe not playing at the moment and fighting for their other teammate place. So if they get a chance to get in, to make it there. If you look at what the likes of Peterborough and Brentford have done in the past, they do very well at getting talent from lower leagues and then managing to have them do good in the league they're in and then sell them on. And then sell them on to big Premiership clubs. You see that with Brentford. Peterborough always seem to sell to Brentford. Brentford then sell on to Premiership and they make the money. We need to start doing that. We need to start being able to get players who we can also have in our squad, but also be able to have them as sellable assets when and if we need to. Because that's how you just keep football clubs going, really. If you look at what Moore has done at the likes of West Brom and Donny, he's done very well with U-team players. I said that he's very good at the loan market. He's very good at talking to Premiership clubs. But he's also very good at getting U-team players from Premiership clubs who possibly won't get game time there, getting let go, and he wants them to come and play for him. Now, the one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to get journeymen. We don't want to get people looking for the last payday, really. We've done that a lot. We want people who are going to fight for the club, fight for the fan, die and fight for that shirt, in a sense, and put a shift in. Now, I'm not saying that the players that we got right now aren't doing that or haven't done that. It's just a different breed of player. We haven't got many players on the team that can do that. The big thing for me, it's a big case of what happens with the club, because we've seen the accounts have come out yesterday. Yes, in all terms, in fairness with what it says what we all kind of thought. We need to get money into the club. It needs more investment coming in. So that's on Chansiri. We will need a lot of investment to come in for League One with how much we are spending on wages. I think it's 1.5 million a month we're spending on wages, which is ridiculous. That needs to come down. But with some of these players going out of contract in the summer, we will lose a huge chunk of them off the wage bill and rebuild. If League One is a destination for us next season, it will be a very big rebuild job. But if it is Championship and we manage to survive somehow, we could actually get some really good players going and see how we do. So let's see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.